Hi there, my name is Demari, and if you're viewing this video, the chances are you've come across my tarot videos on my YouTube channel, or you've seen my social media profiles and seen some of the posts that I tend to share there. So the reason for me making this video is because after some deliberation, I decided that I would launch my very own Patreon page. Now the reason for this is simple. The work that I do is designed to help you guys, okay? People like myself who are embarking on their own spiritual journey, that are really serious about taking a closer look at the deep-rooted healing that needs to take place. And also because I wanted to make sure that my primary goal was met, and that is providing the community with as much tools and information as possible. So the idea of this is to make sure you get even further clarity, further information and support where it is needed. Now, the spiritual community is growing exponentially. I mean, it's unreal how much it's exploded. So with that exponential growth, I felt like now was the best time to really start providing next level assistance for those who are going through their spiritual awakening. Now, the other thing I wanted to speak of is my own experience with this, right? When I was in my early 20s, after going through a lot of really heavy things, having to deal with a lot of heavy emotions, I've had anxiety my entire life, and I really didn't feel like I had the support that I needed, and I didn't have access to the information that I was seeking to help me better understand what it was that I was navigating and the experiences I were having, and to really just get that support and assistance with, those kind of aspects, and really coming to learn more about myself and the symptoms and signs of the ascension journey, right? So this is why I want to make sure that others are not in that situation. It's very difficult when you feel like you don't have that support, and not everyone has a good support network in general. So that's why I do what I do. Now, the other thing I wanted to say is that, through doing this work, I've made some really amazing connections. I've met so many wonderful people from all over the world, right? Some people that I've become really good friends with, actually, even though we've never really even met in person, some of which I have, fortunately. But simply because, we resonate in so many of the messages that we share. We have a very similar outlook on life, and we really feel the pull to bring about this heart-centered community, right? Which is what we're all aiming to focus on at this time, bringing that sense of community back together and oneness, and show love, compassion, empathy to one another. So I felt like in this case, the best way I can do that is by creating my own community, which is what I've spent the past year doing, and by really stepping into my role as, instructed and guided by the divine as the Lunar Priestess. So I work with lunar cycles and also the aspects of the sacred feminine, right? So that's where I get a lot of my wisdom from. That's where a lot of my downloads comes in, through the divine feminine aspect. And the role of that is also to help with the recalibration and, healing of the divine feminine and masculine aspects, which are in all of us. So that's why I do what I do. Now, the other thing I wanted to say is that, with YouTube being the platform that it is, I can only go so far into some of the aspects that I talk about. I have to keep it somewhat PG-13 because of the platform, right? Whereas on Patreon, I can go a little bit deeper. I can go a bit heavier into the darker aspects to help us really truly get to the root of what may be holding us back, what trauma needs working on, healing, releasing, right? And just being able to look at ourselves objectively and really talk about things without any feelings of shame or guilt or fear, right? Be able to talk openly and honestly about where we're as a collective, where we are as individuals, and what we can do to heal ourselves and the collective as a whole. So with that said, Patreon was the perfect platform for me to be able to do that. Now, the other thing to be aware of is, with this, being a platform which I can go into these deeper aspects that are really refined and really for those who are very serious about their spiritual journey and healing, I am bringing out certain guides and videos that will really help with that process, right? Through, my understanding of it, and also as being someone who has gone through it, done the work, and tried many different avenues myself. So this is coming from experience, okay? Something in which I can provide assistance with through having real life experience with it myself, speaking to others who have gone through their processes and stuff. So it's stuff that we know that does help and does work, right? So I wouldn't give you any advice. I wouldn't give you any advice that wasn't, beneficial. So that's the point, right? Giving you real world information and through experiences, sharing that experience with you so that you can, find your own feet and find your way to go through the process and continue learning about self and the greater universe without necessarily falling into the same pitfalls that we did, right? So what else? So aside from the spiritual guides, the spiritual guidance videos that I'll be creating, there will also be extended tarot videos and also bonus tarot videos. So there'll be specific readings that you will not get anywhere else, okay? So for example, with the monthly tarot readings, there will be extendeds of each monthly tarot reading for each sign, right? Also, there'll be bonus tarot readings such as career, finance, love, and relationships, which I don't really focus on solely, but you'll have access to that if you join Patreon. Not only that, depending on what tier that you opt for, there are additional messages that I get and channel through tarot that you will not find anywhere else. It's a completely different style of read compared to the others that I provide. So it's very highly intuitive. It's channeled messages straight from the divine, where I'm just being a complete conduit. So it's very potent, the messages usually. So depending on which tier you go for, if you opt to be a member of the High Council, right, which is the highest tier membership, and that's only for a very small circle. So right now we already have one member, that's only going to be 11 places left. So if you are interested in that, as well as getting access to, very a close circle live stream, because I'll be doing those regularly, as well as exclusive updates, information, having an active say in what content goes out as well as a bunch of other perks that I will share with you on Patreon, and you can see that in some of the information that's listed on the membership tiers as well. I recommend checking it out and see if you feel that would be for you. So by becoming a patron of mine, what you do is you enable me to continue doing this work, right? Being able to put additional assistance, additional information and support out there in a way that I can't do otherwise. Just doing the tarot videos alone on YouTube takes so much time, a lot of preparation, setting up, editing, uploading, exporting, compressing, uploading, formatting, sharing. It's a lot of work, right? So being able to do additional videos that provide further assistance, further information, really help you to get the most out of what you can do to navigate whatever circumstances in the best way possible. It takes a lot of the time. So by being a patron, by being someone who pledges to the platform, it really allows me to be able to do that and to provide these tools. So I just want to say that also, as someone who will continually be supporting my work, you will also get additional bonus goodies as time goes on, right? More of which will be announced in due course. So yeah, reality is, if you feel like you are ready to take your spiritual journey to the next level, if you're ready to really get into the nitty gritty, into the real high ascendant energies as well, get into those deep, profound messages and take your personal growth, your healing, your ascension to the next level, and exceed your own expectations, do check it out, right? You can find the link here, and it will also be listed in the description box below. We do have 3 tiers because I do understand that people have different needs. So do take a look at the 3 tiers and see which one would be most beneficial for you. The great thing is, if you feel like there's a point where you cannot continue the membership, you can cancel at any time, okay? You're not obliged to continue if you don't feel it meets your needs at that time, or if it's financially not feasible. That's okay. You can cancel whenever you feel you need to, okay? But I really do recommend checking it out and becoming a member, because I can't tell you how excited I am, first of all, to be able to share all this other information with you that I'm not able to do so on YouTube, right? And also just to really start building a really close, heart-centered community where there's exchanges back and forth, where we really support each other and just show that, yes, there are people that are ready to step into the new timeline. Yes, there are people who are empathetic, compassionate, care about kindness, care about love, that are resonating at that energy of pure love, and really want to step up to the plate and show that we are ready to evolve, we're ready to step into our true power, right? And be at one with the source. So yeah, just want to say thank you for taking the time to check this out. I know there's a lot of information there. The best thing you can do is just take a look at my Patreon page, see what's included in the membership, and if you want to support the work that I do, if you find the messages useful and are curious about, you know, what else I'll be sharing, give it a try, see what you think. But thanks again for watching, and yeah, I will speak to you guys soon. See you.